the same thing in music, the same thing in leadership or athletics.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at them and you go, man, they are so good. And now since we have things like some of the talent shows, you got proteges that are kids that are 5, 6, 7, 10 years old that God's given them the talent to be able to play the guitar the way they do. And you look at that and I say to myself, God has given that person that talent and that ability to entertain me, to amuse me. And so the talents are never ending, even outside of our own forever family.
Yeah. I mean, God, all you're talking about natural talents, and that people have to still develop. We see that too. You have to develop those gifts too that come naturally, that are given from birth, that we develop, and so that's a good point too. Good point too. And I like what you had said about the 5 virgins who didn't bring the oil and were kind of scampering at the last minute. It is a lesson. There's no time when the bridegroom comes. The time for preparing is over. And they were simply out of time, and they were trying to, scamper at the last second. And he came, and it was done. It was too late. And so we have today. I like that, verse in Ephesians chapter 5. I think it's verse 16, maybe kind of a unusual verse, but it's about redeeming the time, walking wisely, and redeeming the time, for the days are evil. We have to be wise. We have to redeem our time wisely. This world is full of, bad things that can pull us away from God, away from the way. But we have to walk wisely, and we have to redeem our time. We have to wisely using it for the kingdom, using it for Him. And so again, we even need to redeem our time well. But I'd like to, I ought to try to get a chart kind of showing the difference between natural talents and natural gifts and spiritual gifts. Because, there's a distinction there. There is a distinction, but there's a lot of similarities too. And can we use those natural talents and gifts for the kingdom? Yes, we should be using those anyway. Whatever we have, be using it for the kingdom. Because we have a lot of talented, diverse people in the body. And it doesn't have to be a spiritual gift to apply it and use it. So in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, we'll spend the remainder of this class there, if we want to look there. And so we were kind of on this section of, having the proper attitude. And we look, one spectrum, we could be prideful, haughty, not recognizing that it's a gift from God. It's something within us, that we're great, and it came from within us. And it causes us to be isolated and to have no need for some others, for others. And then in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, I think it might be beneficial, again, I'm sorry for the long passages, but let's just go ahead and read through this. Can I have someone read, start in verse 12, and just read down to 24. If I have a reader, 12, go ahead, Linda. 1 Corinthians 12, chapter 12, verse 12 through 24. Okay, thank you for that. So it starts out, we studied the first section of this chapter, and verse 11, says, that's the verse, the same Spirit works all these things, distributed to each one individually as He wills. And then Paul goes in, for the body is one, and so we see,